Hi everyone, and welcome to yet another Transformers review with me and my dad here.
Hey y'all, it's good to see y'all.
So for today's review, this video, well, but before we show y'all what we're reviewing, this video is going to be a little different here, because this figure that we're going to be taking a look at has two separate modes that combine together to make one robot. And the vehicle modes that this figure has are not as much room that I can fit for this reviewing area. I have it behind this camera here, so
this is going to be a little bit different here compared to what we normally do, so this way we can give y'all the full feature of what we're going to review.
But when we get this figure, his two separate vehicles, into one robot, then it'll be the time for me to put him on the reviewing area.
So I'm going to need Colton's help, because I know of this character, but I really don't know of this character because I really didn't see him in the cartoon anime the way it was. I know about it, but I don't know about it.
It came out from the early 2000s. And that figure we're going to be taking a look at is
Okay.
I'm trying to
It's okay.
see if you can bring it up close to the camera.
Okay.
We're taking a look at these two vehicles, which combine together to make one robot called Omega Supreme. And this version of Omega Supreme is from the 2004 animation, or anime, because it is based off in a show from Japan called Transformers Energon, or as they're calling it in Japan, Transformers Super Links.
So this was in America known as Transformers Energon, and that's where this guy comes from. So I know of this guy, but I really don't know of this guy. I've seen him once or twice, still don't know a whole lot about him.
Right.
That's where I'm going to need Colton right here, because he knows a lot more than me on these later Transformers.
Well, I'm going to try and show y'all what I can, if I can.
Yes, you can.
Remember.
Yes, you can.
Because this figure's not mine. This is actually from.
This is a bar.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. So anyway, he was a cool looking person, cool looking person, a cool looking Autobot when we seen him on the shelf. So Colton said, I need to do a review on him, and we're going to do a review on this Omega Supreme.
From Transformers Energon, or Super Links as it's called in Japan.
So which one do you want to go with first? Or how do you want to do this? I'm all ears.
I'm only going to take a look at one vehicle at a time.
Okay. Before he starts, I just want to say this kind of reminds me of the SDF-1, the way it kind of looks. It's just a couple things while I was holding it. It just kind of looks like the SDF-1, kind of, sort of. I know it's not, but anyway, that's that from Robotech. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
So the first one, the first vehicle we're going to take a look at is this half here. So I'm going to try and get up really close. So I think this mode is some sort of construction vehicle type thing, or more like a Cybertronian construction vehicle thing.
It's got wheels on it.
It's one of those types. But it does look really cool all around. Has a lot of yellow on it with some black, a bit of red here, and a little of some dark blue on it. And it does have some nice blue painted in windows. And from this side, it does look good. But when you take a look at from the other side, this section here, which is going to be his robot mode chest, is visible on one side only. The other side looks good, but the other side, this part here, which, like I said, is going to form his chest, that there's nowhere to hide this. So that this mode is kind of like I think if I remember, some people call it a half robot lying down sideways, and calling this a construction mode thing.
A construction vehicle?
Or it might be, would you call this like a train mode?
You could, in a Cybertronian way, I guess. Yeah. Now, what features does it have in this mode?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
But getting a closer look here of all the details and the paint jobs on it.
It's different, that's for sure.
You do have some nice silver painted in wheels. And it does, of course, roll on these wheels. This wheel, on this side, for this half here, it rolls on 3 wheels, but this one here, of course, does not roll, but it is sculpted in to look like it does have a 4th wheel, but it's just molded in to the plastic, and of course it does not roll. and it's not painted in to make it look like that there's another wheel here. But on this side here, it does have all 4 of the wheels that roll. And on the back, the way it rolls on the back is from these wheels on both sides. And that is about it. Now, like what my dad said, this does have some features to it. The first feature that it has is on the back. Oh, I almost forgot to show y'all. On this canopy here at the top, it does have an Autobot symbol with some lining around it here. But this canopy does open, and it is, well, when you open it up, it does make a loud, like, snap sound, which kind of looks like you're about to break it, but you're not. I guess that is the way it was designed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. And there's no white stress marks on the canopies for after all these years, and it still doesn't have some white stress marks or cracks in it. Other words, it's still, yeah, it still does function after about 20 years since this figure came out. Because Energon was released in 2004. Yeah, that's a loud snap. And you can fit, of course, some figure in here. And this figure does have a little robot to both of these vehicles, but we'll get to that in a minute. But another feature that this has is this, like, claw thing does articulate. It can move up and down here, and it does rotate all the way around. And, well, there is more articulation that this can do, but we'll save that for robot mode. But this claw thing does extend out, and yes, this is a claw that does open and close, which I almost forgot to show y'all. But another thing that this claw thing can do is this thing does extend out. And the way you extend it out is on this side, it does have this little lever here. And once you pull back this lever here, well, before you pull it back, you will have to push it down and pull it back so this can extend out. Just like that. And the last thing that this has is if I can get the claw thing to get out of the way. On here, these blue things here do move up and down independently, and these things do flip up. And if I can try and show y'all closer, they kind of look like he has many pincher or claw things. Because you can look closely, there is some teeth in here. So I think these look like they're mini claw things. Or they might be something else. Would you call these like mini claw things? Because they're sculpted in teeth in here.
Yeah, they look like claw arms. These jaws right here at the end, they're showing teeth on this one, this one, this one. So it's some type of grabber, that's for sure.
And this entire thing does rotate all the way around. But we're gonna put these away here. And that is about it. But there's more to this that it can do, but we're gonna save that for robot mode when we when we get to robot mode. And I did forget to show y'all the top view here. So that is the train mode. It does look good, but only on one side, which is here. It looks good, but on the other side, it's just a half robot, like lying down on the side here, because this section here is gonna be the robot mode chest here. And that's about it for the train mode, or construction vehicle Cybertron thing. But now let's move on to the next one. The next mode, which is this.
Which is known as the SDF-1 cousin. No, not really. Go ahead, Colton.
It's the other half of Omega, which turns into this like battleship mode thing, and this looks really cool all around compared to the construction vehicle thing that we've taken a look at, because this looks great all around. Well, on the back it does have a massive hole, but if I show y'all on the inside, it does have some sculpted in
Thrusters.
Mm-hmm. But all around, this is far better than the other mode.
I think this mode right here looks the best. It's got a lot more eye-appealing gravity to it, I guess you would say. With the guns on top, and you can see the command station right there, and it kind of looks like a warship.
Yes, and that there is something that this thing can do, but we'll get to that in a minute. But coming to the top here, you do have some silver paint on the rail here, and on the front you do have 3 turret guns. And here you do have what did you call this again?
Command center. Yeah, the command center. The bridge.
I think it's kind of the command center too.
Okay.
Or it could be something else.
Okay. This right here, I do like the way that this looks. This guy has a lot more, to me, I think, to offer in this mode compared to the other half of him. Down here at the bottom, you have a little bitty turn knob that moves these guns.
Yes. It does, of course, have some features like the other one does. And one of these here, like my dad showed y'all, on one side it has this little knob. Knob?
Yeah, that's fine.
That does turn, and as you turn it, these guns will rotate.
These turrets, they rotate, they turn in sequence with the knob as you turn it. So that is very cool. Now, this turret right here is different, even though it spins with the rest of them, but these are missiles that can be shoot off with the lever.
Yes. These 2 triggers do shoot out these two missiles.
Because they're spring loaded.
Yes. And also, that this does have lights and sounds. And one of them, which is on the knob here, where you turn these three turrets, when you pull this lever this way or pull it this way, you get this sound. You get some firing sounds. And the same thing on the other side. And he does have one more lights and sounds on him, but we're going to save that for robot mode. And on the back, it does have another turret that just turns manually. And the guns can move up and down. And that is about it. And on the bottom, it does have some rolling wheels. The ones on the front are these two, and the ones on the back are these two. But that's not all for this battleship mode thing, because there's one more feature that this has, and that is on here. Because what this can do is you can remove it and then bring this down, and on the front it does have some blue painted in windows, and if you want to, I guess you can flip these down if you want to. And this thing that we removed does turn into a little robot. So all you do with this is you just bring these out, which will form the legs, and bring these around and down to make the arms. And you have this little robot here, which some people like to call this like mini Omega, if you can call it.
Okay.
Because it is kind of like a mini Omega Supreme, because it does kind of have the sculpting of Omega Supreme. Well, it is a little different, of course. And it does have some paint on the face there which is this blue visor thing. And for articulation, all you get is the ball joint at the shoulders, ball joint at the legs, bend at the knee, and that's it. And bringing back the train mode here, I'm just bringing back the train for a little bit. You can also fit mini Omega here inside this canopy here, if you want to. Oh, and this battleship mode thing does have this thing here where if I try to show y'all inside, there is a little Autobot symbol here, a clear Autobot symbol inside of this thing. And this thing is where you could attach one of those little Energon, one of those little Energon star things, just like all the other Transformers Energon figures have. And that's about it for the for the battleship mode here. And this, from what my dad said, is also my favorite one compared to this mode here. So that's about it for the the vehicle modes here. But before we get into robot mode, there is something that both of these can do, and that is you can combine these together to make one super long vehicle mode. And to do that, you would take the train mode and insert it into this massive hole